Hello, scientists. You've been studying about weather patterns. In this video, we are going to focus on vocabulary words that you will learn about in this lesson. We will review together the academic and content vocabulary for this unit of study. We will study word meanings and look at examples to help you understand the work that you will be doing during your science lessons this week. Let's get started. There are two types of vocabulary words. One type is called academic vocabulary. These are words you may find in some of the focuses or questions for the lesson. These words can be found in other subject areas as well. The other type of vocabulary words are called content vocabulary. These are words that are specific to understanding these science lessons. Academic vocabulary. The focus question for this lesson is, how do meteorologists measure rain? The academic vocabulary word is the word measure. Let's take a look to find what the meaning of measure is. Measure means to determine the amount of something. Here is an example of the word measured in a sentence. It says the doctor measured his patient's height. So the doctor's trying to find out how tall his patient is. Can you think of a sentence where you can use the vocabulary word measure in? The next words that we'll be looking at are the content vocabulary words. These are some of the words that you will learn about during your lesson this week. Thermometer, anemometer, Windvane, rain gauge, speed, and direction. Have you heard of these words before? If you have, do you know what any of these words mean? Thermometer. A thermometer is an instrument that measures temperature. Here is the word thermometer in a sentence. It says, it was a warm day, so I looked at my thermometer to see what temperature it was. Can you think of a sentence where you can use that vocabulary word thermometer in? Our next word is anemometer. It's an instrument that measures the speed of wind. Here's my example of anemometer in a sentence. It says, it was a windy afternoon. The anemometer spun around and around very quickly. Can you think of an example of using anemometer in a sentence? Our next word is windvane. It's an instrument that tells the direction of wind. Here's my example of windvane in a sentence. The windvane was pointing south early one morning. Can you think of an example of using windvane in a sentence? Our next word is rain gauge. It's an instrument that measures the amount of rainfall. Here is my example of rain gauge in a sentence. It says, after the rainfall, the rain gauge was filled halfway up with water. Can you think of a sentence with the vocabulary word rain gauge in it? The next word is speed. Speed is the measure of how fast something moves. Here's my example of the word speed in a sentence. The wings on the pinwheel picked up speed as the wind began to blow. So as you can see in the picture, the windmill's still in the first picture, and then the picture in the middle, it starts moving, and the last picture, it's moving really fast. It looks like it's blending some of those colors together. And our last word for today is direction. Direction is the line or course in which something or someone moves, lies, or points. Here is my example of the word direction in a sentence. The wind vane pointed to the direction the wind was blowing. Can you think of a sentence that you can use the word direction in? Those are our awesome words for today. Now that you're familiar with these awesome words, you'll be able to use them and understand them during your learning. I hope you enjoyed this video.